Hello and welcome. Today I have the pleasure of introducing you to the new features in our Neat 4 software. This is the professional version, and to do so I've prepared a project file. Let's open our history browser, go to projects and load this project file. It's a sequence of 40 images featuring a beautiful castle. You may be familiar with pictures like this one, which you probably won't usually take directly with the camera because people are generally walking around. This is where Neat comes in. Its task is to either remove motion or make motion visible. Motion fusion. Let's take a quick look at the sequence before diving into the new features. I'm in the image sequence player where we can go through the sequence to see how it looked throughout. When you take a sequence like this and load it to Neat 4 Professional, the resulting image may look something like this. What's new in this version? Quite a lot actually. Let me give you a quick tour of the new features in Motion Fusion. So here under Edit Image Sequence, let's open the Motion Fusion section where we have new transfer functions for selective drawing and more. We've also introduced some new algorithms such as motion removal in the HSV color space and HSL color space, and motion addition in these two color spaces, which all yield different results from the previous algorithms. They give you more variation in the selection of algorithms and ultimately lead to better results. Of course, we've also made other optimizations elsewhere in the program, accelerating algorithms and enhancing quality. You may not see that now while you're looking at the interface, but it's what happens under the hood. And this has significantly improved Motion Fusion overall. Another improvement is in image alignment, where the quality of image alignment has been enhanced and the calculations are now even more precise. The results are better, which means that your handheld motion sequences lead to even better images. So let's take a quick look at the addition of motion in the HSL color space to see what was actually happening in this scene. The motion removal in the different algorithms gives us varying results. And I found that the color algorithm delivered the best outcome in this case. And this is exactly how we proceed. We click through the different algorithms to see which one you like the best. What else is new? Well, in the Raw module, we now have the ability to edit the whole sequence all at once. There are new functions in the artificial intelligence area. This is a new module, a new area. You can enable that just up here. It has loads of filters. For example, you can add a sunset, or if you like, even some moonlight. And of course, there are quality filters such as tonal value compression, optimization, micro detail enhancement, and detail improvement. All of this can now be configured in the Raw module and applied directly to the entire sequence. The presets in all the categories have been significantly enhanced. There are some new effects within the Raw module itself, so there's much to explore. Let's close the Raw module and switch over to post-processing, to the image post-processing area. This is where you land whenever you load an image sequence. There are many new features in post-processing too. Probably the most obvious one visually is this toolbar up here, which lets you configure the modules available to you to make a custom interface. Let me demonstrate that. Let's hide all the modules first. Now let's say I'd like to have the magnifying glass selective drawing, maybe the LUT module, which is new, and the artificial intelligence module. It lets you configure an interface according to your preferences. Maybe we'll add focus peaking here as well and then expand the magnifying glass. That gives us a completely personalized interface. The program remembers this configuration even if you close it and restart. It starts up the same way. Here again, we have the new transfer function for selective drawing. We'll take a closer look at selective drawing shortly. The artificial intelligence module is a database of filters that you can train yourself. With version 1 of our AI filter program, you can create, calculate and train your own neural network filters and then add them to your database, where they are then automatically made available in all the programs. If I now select optimize tone compression here, for example, we can see we get an HDR look. This look has been trained using a neural network. There's also an area protection feature for a range of variants, which you can choose from here. Next, we have the new LUT module, where you can create your own LUT styles, or load LUT styles as cube files, or as HALD or HALD files. And we have the connected LUT style database. You can use our product LUT2 to create and manipulate your own LUT styles and add them to a database. This database is then automatically made available in all the programs. For example, we'll use Vintage Old Blue here, and then we get a look corresponding to this LUT style. What else is new? The presets have all been completely updated with the AI filters, naturally, including the new ones, which we can find in expert mode here. Let me quickly configure the interface for expert mode. Here we can find the new AI filter category, new masking filters. A range of new filters are also available, so there's a lot to explore. For example, color saturation and exposure. In the RYB color space, which is a harmonic color space, you can rotate the color angle. I'll demonstrate that quickly. I double click to add the effect, then I'll make some more space, and now I can rotate the color toning in the image, not just around the color wheel, but around the color wheel with color harmony. This is based on the Gute color wheel for anyone interested. What else is new? Selective drawing, as I mentioned before. Let's take a closer look. There are loads of enhancements. Firstly, in composing, we now have 12 masks instead of 8. That means you can create more additional layers. We also have the coloring module, which allows you to paint individual elements in color. For example, if we wanted to color in the sky, one way we could do so is by using this coloring module. Let's choose a color. Let's go with purple, and then I'll simply go over it with the brush here. Let's turn off the masking for the moment, and then I can paint in the color. The context sensitive brush detects the edges. Let's paint around there and paint over that. After I finish coloring in, please forgive me if it's not entirely accurate, then I can adjust the intensity, the brightness of the color layer. So I can provide color as desired. I can also color images in black and white later if I want. Also, in the color filters, we've added the green and yellow filter and the sky blue filter. So the color filters that you're familiar with, like the ones you screw onto the front of your camera, they're simulated here and can be applied selectively. And for anyone interested, you can try out our new 3D lighting module. You can then generate a depth map, although it's not always 100% accurate because it's estimated from the photo. I'll do that here. Let me click here and ask it to generate a depth map using a neural network. Let's see how it looks. It appears white now, with brighter areas in the front and darker areas in the back. So it's worked well generally. There are some deviations in the building, but that's okay because the map doesn't need to be that precise. To demonstrate, let's lower the global brightness, turn the ambient lighting down slightly, and add a light source. Maybe I'll move this light source to the top left corner and push it back in the image. That means I'm illuminating the image from behind. Now I'll choose a suitable color, perhaps a bit bluer. I'll turn the ambient light even further down, increase the radius a bit, and now we have moonlight here. Then I can use another light source. You have up to 10 available. I'll just take light source 5, activate the light source, move it a little further forward in the image, and color it red. So my photo, which I created earlier from a sequence of images, I can now use a depth map to add 3-dimensional lighting. This is how it looked before, and this is how it looks after. I've added more of a nighttime mood with the red light up front here. These are the major new features. There are many more details to discover. You can see the little spot up the top here. This is due to the sensor error correction. If you had corrected sensor errors in a project file beforehand, like I did, we can make them visible with this button and then change the lighting mood like we just did. Then we simply click on the Pocket Calculator icon here and tell it to recalculate everything, and my sensor error correction is already recalculated, so no problem there either. Well, I hope you enjoy exploring all the new features. Have fun with them. See you next time.